Let's look at the experience IBM Web Content Manager provides for Evelyn Stanwood, who, as a new employee, is a registered end user of the site. Before we log into our site, we see it from the point of view of a generic end user. When we land on the home page, we see some dynamic content. In fact, this dynamic content is driven by WCM, which, as you will see, is able to manage content from standard documents to digital assets, including videos. And we can page through this content, and if you notice up at the top, we see several open or non-secured pages, such as the alerts, the media room. And if we take a look at the newsroom menu component, we see that it has two submenus, one for press releases and one for corporate communications. In a moment, when we log in as Evelyn, we will see the content, including the menus, become secured and personalized for her. Let's go ahead and log in as Evelyn. If we go ahead and log in as Evelyn Stanwood, we can see the secured and personalized pages available to her. At the top, we see the same flash content, and in this case, we see the same menus. But as we drill down into the newsroom menu, we see Evelyn has an additional component for the reading room. If you remember, before we logged in, the reading room was not available to us. As Evelyn is an employee, she has access to the secured content on the site. Now, we're going to go ahead and navigate to the reading room, as this is where Evelyn will see the corporate documents that she's interested in. The documents on this page are organized in two ways. First, on the left, we see the new employees documents, which are organized using WCM's hierarchical folder system. Notice the folder icon, which helps us to visualize this. On the right, we see the policies documents. WCM not only allows you to display documents by folder structure, but also allows you to display documents by category. In this example, policies is not a folder, but pulls together documents which are categorized as policy documents. If we take a closer look at the new employees folder, we see it contains 4 documents, and one of those documents, the non-compete document, is also seen under the policy documents. This is because, although the non-compete document is contained in the HR folder, it has also been categorized as a policy. On this page, Evelyn is able to view the various corporate documents stored in WCM. She's also able to share it on Facebook, on Twitter. She can email it, print it, or share it in numerous of other ways, as well as rate them using WCM's built-in rating tools. Here, Evelyn is looking at a non-compete document. If we dig into the details of the document, on the left, we see the text of the document itself, as well as some metadata about the document. And over on the right, we see some related files. In this example, the piece of content contains a document which was uploaded from the file system. If we go ahead and download the document, you can see the body of the Word document and the body of the content itself have the same text, a non-compete clause, often NCC, and again, a non-compete clause, often NCC, and they also have the same font characteristics such as bolding, underline, and color. Using the built-in features of WCM, we're able to pull the content of the uploaded document and display it inline as HTML on the site. This means the end user doesn't need a related document editor or viewer installed on their system to view the content. In this example, Evelyn does not need Word to view this document. She can view it inline on the site as HTML. When she's done reading the document, Evelyn's going to go ahead and rate it using WCM's built-in rating tool. Now, Evelyn likes this document. It was helpful to her, so she's going to go ahead and give it a 5-star rating. You can see when she saves her rating, her 5-star appears, and the overall community average of the rating is now 4 stars out of 5, where it was previously 3 stars out of 5. Evelyn can also delete her rating. So we see when she hits the delete button and saves that action, that her rating disappears and it reverts back to the 3 stars for the overall rating. Now, why is this important? This is important because it prevents users from rating one piece of content multiple times and skewing the rating system. Done with the rating, Evelyn closes the document and heads over to the media room. As a new employee, Evelyn also wants to view some of the latest media from her company. She navigates to the media room, where she sees digital assets, a type of content created using WCM integrated with Media Upshot from Genus Technologies to enhance WCM's capabilities for managing assets such as movies, images, and presentations. On this page, Evelyn can view movies. She can view them inline. And here you can see the little thumbnail video next to new IBM video moving. She can also blow them up to full screen and watch them in full screen mode. Notice when she comes back to the media page, that movie's still playing in line. Evelyn can also view documents. In this case, she can view a PowerPoint presentation. She can page through it. She can also look at PDF documents and page through those. So Evelyn can do these activities without having to have the native software installed to view them. So in these examples, Evelyn is able to view the PDF without having to download Adobe Reader, and she can view the presentation without having to download PowerPoint or load a Symphony. Now that Evelyn has viewed the media assets on her corporate site, let's imagine that she wants to review some of the documents during lunch. She's going to go ahead and log out, and she's going to grab her mobile device, such as her iPad, and we'll show how she can still view these documents on it. So if we look at our site on the iPad, we immediately see that dynamic content that we saw previously has been replaced with content that can be run on the iPad. So WCM can automatically detect which device you are coming from and personalize your experience for that device. So you see that flash banner we saw previously has been replaced by a slightly different experience with some different images and, again, something that can be run on the iPad. As we scroll down, we see the latest news menu component. And then we see an article called Faster Build Lowers Total Cost of Ownership. Of course, Evelyn's going to be interested in this. So let's pretend like she wants to contact Frank Adams, who she sees as the author of this content, and ask him some questions about the document. All she has to do is select Frank Adams' name, and with the automatic integration with the iPad's email system, she's able to send him an email. Maybe she just wants to ask him a question about total cost of ownership. Now, we came here to see the media documents, so let's go ahead and go over the media room. When we get to the media room, we see pretty much the same experience we saw before, except it just looks cooler because it's on the iPad. So Evelyn can see the same presentation that she saw on her website on the iPad, and she can page through it, and she can view it without having the native software installed again. We know that Evelyn doesn't have PowerPoint installed on her iPad. She doesn't have Lotus Symphony, but she can view these documents on her iPad. If we take a look at the Exceptional Web Experience video, we'll see that Evelyn can also view the movies on her iPad. Media Upshot handles the transcoding of the video so that it can automatically play on the iPad as well as her normal browser. IBM Web Content Manager with Genus Media Upshot makes it easy for you to manage all your digital assets across multiple channels.